Oh man, dude.
Why do I get myself into this?
I may have just bought a house that somebody died in, and what I end up finding inside scares the crap out of me.
And these Nerf guns won't help me at all.
Welcome back to the journey of me looking for another home to buy in Southern California. Oh, and see all these toys in my car? Yeah, folks, it's the end of the year, so if you're going to make donations, now's the time to do it.
Ooh, they got a dumpster. They tried to sell with a discount agency like 3 different times, and they failed each time. Maybe they're trying to sell again. You know how they say they're like ambulance chasers? Yeah, well, they're like dumpster chasers in real estate. That's how you look for the deals that are coming up.
Now, in case you haven't been following this journey, this year I bought 3 below market value houses, which bumped my net worth by over $350,000 just by buying houses that needed stupid things like paint and carpet. And now I'm on a mission to find another one. I've looked at open houses in Ojai, I've been in Santa Barbara, I've hunted in Thousand Oaks, I've hunted in Ventura and Camarillo. I have been fighting to find this deal. Well, this might be it. So this place I'm buying is a probate sale, which basically means somebody died. Now, in this case as well, somebody also died within the actual house, and now I have to deal with it, and California has some special laws around that. And I've always kind of wondered if that meant I'd see ghosts, or if it's like haunted in any way, but I'll tell you what it means for rental purposes beyond the haunting. By the way, I beat out multiple offers to get this deal, and if you join the real estate investing course, you'll be able to get a copy of my entire contract and the buyer letter that I used to win this deal, which includes tricks that don't cost you anything but really help you out.
So welcome everybody, we are at the house. I guess I should take you on a tour inside, but before I do, I should really quickly tell you something that I look for in houses when I go to buy them. So here's the scoop.
Let's get started with what I liked about this house, and it's something you should look for as well. And then we're gonna do a little bit of a noob versus pro style to see what you should do, what you shouldn't do, and then things end up getting, well,
over there is a hospital, lots of jobs, really good area town, people love it. But there's a busy street right there, and there are commercial kind of houses and buildings and stuff like that right over there. Over there, where that power line is, you also have commercial buildings and a busy street. So you wanna be away from busy things. They got like 2 schools, 2 streets that way. You kinda wanna be away from busy schools as well. Instead, what you really want to be on when it comes to buying a house is not a corner lot. You want the middle of the street, in the best street, and ideally you get the worst house in the best street possible.
also, you kind of want to judge the neighbors a little bit, because the more money they spend, the better it is for you.
It's something I call the neighborhood analysis. RV, dual pane windows, new roof, good coat of paint, stamped concrete. Good.
See, a lot of homeowners, especially the ones who don't take my real estate investing course, think it's okay to spend willy-nilly on things that don't matter.
Newer roof, chimney cap, dual pane windows, nice driveway with brick. Appreciate their privacy.
Like stamped concrete driveways or fancy expensive doors. Fortunately, all these things make my crappy house look better.
New roof, Arlo cameras, nice driveway, dual pane windows, good paint job.
And they increase my property value. Thank you very much.
Always look for sewer as well. Some of these streets don't have sewers.
Now, it's also nice to keep track of which properties in the neighborhood have guest units, because street parking is a nice amenity to have. Fortunately, this old street is massive, so it makes the neighborhood feel very spacious.
New stucco, new roof, and a guest unit in the back, something to keep in mind. Like literally everything on this street, well maintained, well upgraded. I mean, they got like a $3,000 front door right there, and an RV, and it's dead quiet. This is really good so far. And what do you look at when you come over here? Well, you got a nice tree, and then you got the worst house on the street. So we're off to a good start so far. You got some rusty kind of edge trim that greets you as you walk up, but not only that, look, this may have been one of those places that I wrote an offer on before actually looking at the property again.
Now, sometimes I actually like starting outside when I look at a house for the first time. That way, if I see some weird things or red flags outside, I can see if they're causing any issues on the inside.
Ooh, check it out, dual pane windows. What luck with the old lead-based paint peeling right off. Yeah, and I just touched it. Okay, we got lemon trees. Oh, You know what lemon trees and fruit trees are really good for in California? Rats. Now, it usually helps for rats though if there's like an easy bridge or easy way for the rats to kind of get from the tree to the roof line of the house. I don't know if we have that here. They did a really good addition, and they got this sort of this accessory structure over here too. And look, they got like a garage facing a garage.
This is weird, but it's nothing compared to what's coming up inside.
How's our roof? Actually not that bad. There, just look at it. Just look at it like that. So this is obviously the backyard and patio area. You do your barbecuing right here. You see it? You barbecue right here. Like you literally do your barbecue. So this place has an addition, and one of the downsides of additions is they can sort of stunt your backyard. Now, in this case, it's really hard to tell what's going on because the fences are falling over and you got yourself a little bit of a jungle here.
By the way, the more people hate a property when they visit it the first time, the less competition I have, and a small feeling backyard is really good. I solve this by just going on Google Maps and seeing how much of the backyard is actually available once I clear all this brush and debris and stuff that's just gonna attract nastiness. Now, I'll be showing you some freaky things in just a moment that should have you scratching your head, and make sure when you buy a place you do what I'm about to show you. But I think it's also very helpful to say, hey, the more ugly, really basic things look, like clearing landscaping, the better for me.
Well, here's another surefire way to get rodents. What the heck? Why do I get myself into this stuff? Oh no. Look at all this rot. No.
Not only is that rotting, but look what I see when I look up. Now let's head on inside, and remember, somebody did die in this house, which means there are some issues in California. I'll also show you some of the expensive surprises that came up, some of which will cost money, and others that, well, one especially was really freaky.
I guess that's how you roll around these parts. Like I said, worst house.
But first, quick shout out to Cody, who's a member of my real estate investing course. Even with some experience, Cody felt the course paid for itself within the first day of being a part of the course. You can see his full testimonial on screen now, and consider using the New Year's coupon code linked in the description below. Quick heads up on the schedule, we've got a meetup coming up in February, linked below. It's the day before the 10X Growth Conference. Be there for the crash course. It comes with a banquet at the Bellagio in Vegas, and you can send me an email for a +1 coupon for that, kevin@meetkevin.com. Also, the investing course is going to have another release of new lectures, so congratulations to everybody who's already a member, and keep in mind the do-it-yourself management and renovations course is coming out on January 15th. The price will be a little bit higher when that releases, so consider hopping in before that. And last but not least, the personal finance course comes out February 15th. So if you want to maximize your credit score and know how to properly invest your money and build your wealth, even outside real estate, consider joining that personal finance course. It's a bargain for what you'll learn. So in California, it's mandatory to disclose to tenants the manner of death. That means you have to actually tell a prospective tenant if somebody died because of suicide or age or health reasons or murder or something else. Anyway, let's stick to the house.
Wow. Welcome to my 1950s home. So this is where you kind of just look and you go, what did I get myself into? It looks to me like we've got some nice hardwood flooring that's left. It'd be nice if it were covered by some ugly carpet so that people otherwise wouldn't necessarily know that this is here. We got some, you know, some nice solid looking cracking going on. This is good. I mean, I feel like I'm like the foundation expert now.
Here's the kick butt kitchen. Honestly, I kind of wish they hadn't already painted the cabinets because it's so easy for me to paint them, and they're such a turn off to people when they're not painted. which again, more turnoffs that are easy for me to fix is a good thing. Now through the kitchen, you'll also see the laundry room and the water heaters over here, and sadly it even looks like there's already some mold kind of growing over here by the water heater. But a lot of this floor plan here with this addition, it's just funky. So we're definitely gonna be dealing with that. Now, something wedgy that I like about this deal is not only did the roof look pretty good from earlier, but we've got some sweet dual pane windows.
And check out the wedge, folks, dual pane windows.
Now, on one side of the house, we have 1 bedroom and a 3/4 bath. And on the flip side of the house, you have a hallway with 3 bedrooms and a bathroom in the middle. So technically, this house does not have a master bathroom. But stay tuned, we'll be talking about plans for that.
But let's figure out what a noob would do here and what a pro would do here, or at the very least kind of point out what we can. So number 1, noobs like to do these massive add-ons and have absolutely no plan for what the heck they're doing. It's almost like they added this skylight, which, there's mold up there.
Look, anytime you do additions, realize that additions tend to be money-losing decisions.
Problem with this place, just so you know, I may have bought this place without looking inside of it. And that's because I was on a plane while they were doing multiple offers on this, and I may have written a $30,000 non-contingent offer on this, but we're officially in escrow on this. Here's my contingency removal, showing I've removed all my contingencies already. I guess we should probably get the appraiser out here.
When people add on, they tend to over-improve for the neighborhood, and they're compensated for at a discounted rate. That means basically you could spend $100,000 doing an addition and maybe get $40,000 or $50,000 back in value. It's kind of part of that money pit scale we've been talking about in prior videos.
But anyway, look at the funk that you get with add-ons. This is why I don't like add-ons, especially like, what if it's not permitted? Well, I'll tell you about that nightmare in just a second, but look at how low this floor is. It's just like funky, like, why? Why does this floor have to be low? And why? This is huge. It's actually not that, it's already cracked.
A lot of people look at additions and go, oh, this is great, I'm gonna have so much more space. But oftentimes what it ends up doing is messing up your floor plan pretty badly.
See, this dining room was probably the family room. You know, if we kind of like, oh my gosh, all the tiles are just put on there. They're not even, Well, that'll make demo easy. But anyway, nice hardwood floor, kind of funky addition room over here. We come over here, here's this, this is so newbie.
See, the problem is now that you kind of have these 2 large family rooms and that weird half wall, you end up looking at this funky space in the kitchen. You're like, what's the point of this? What is this for? How is this at all cohesive to the rest of the floor plan? This is definitely going to take a little bit of creativity to solve. Obviously, I'm not upset that I have this extra square footage. It's just funky the way it is now, and it wasn't funky originally. Now remember, folks, always bring a ladder when you're going to go do a physical inspection, and it's a good idea to bring a respirator and some gloves as well. A lot of people make a massive mistake, and they basically go into the lung cancer attic without a P100 respirator. Folks, there's an Amazon link down below. It's like $20. Go buy it. You can see all the books and products and stuff I recommend. Use that link. And then as I'm in the attic,
Oh man.
now I had literally just gotten in the attic and I started hearing sounds up here. That's when I realized, what? Here, listen closely. I'm standing still.
Oh man, dude. I've never, literally heard a rat before.
On top of that, I'm literally standing in an ocean of rat poop. I've never seen so much poop in a house before, and that's not even to mention the other nightmare. I mean, first of all, look at this poo. There's poop everywhere. It's unbelievable. And then on top of that, you see this ducting over here that has that crap tape on it. I mean, like, no pun intended, I guess, at this point. It probably doesn't matter, though. All this ducting is asbestos. And not only is all this ducting asbestos, and not only has it been taped with duct tape, which, tip, you don't use duct tape on ducts. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. You use HVAC heat-rated tape on ducts. Yeah, well, anyway, not only is it all asbestos, but look at this. There's a duct over here that's not even attached to anything. And here is what's called an asbestos boot, and it's literally just totally flopped away from a duct. This is ridiculous. This attic for sure has lung cancer written all over it. And honestly, being in here now, I'm going to have to immediately rip all this clothing off and shower when I get back. This is very bad. Thankfully, I have my respirator and gloves, but I should have probably also brought a Tyvek suit, which I have links for those below as well. They're like $9. Can you believe that some people actually go in this stuff without a respirator? Anyway, something that I was doing while I was in the attic was I was trying to figure out kind of where the load-bearing points of the house are, and it's very difficult to do this alone, but fortunately, before I went in the attic, I did a 360-degree scan of the property, so while I'm in the attic, I could take my phone out and use my 360-degree camera to kind of guide me around where I am in the attic. So for example, like here's a can light, and then there's a vent pretty close to it. Well, I could look on my floor plan and go, oh, I must be in the hallway by the 3/4 bath close to the kitchen. And I could use that to help me navigate around where I think the walls are, and then I could start looking through the poop-filled insulation to actually find where my beams are. Now, I'm gonna break down the price for you and talk about permits a little bit shortly, but oh my God, this skull. There's literally a fully intact skeleton in here. I mean, I know this is an attic obviously full of rats, but that's insane. I feel like I'm out in the desert or something and I found like a skull and crossbones or something like that. It's literally what this looks like. It's perfectly intact, yet I'm still hearing the sound of more of the family members scurrying around. Why am I up here? This is intense. Anyway, as I get out of the attic, I realize I've now got some extra expenses. New insulation, new ducting, probably need to do a new furnace. I should probably tent the house too to kill whatever is inside that hasn't already died. Obviously, there's still things alive inside, which is terrifying. I've got some major landscaping work. The flooring is trashed. The kitchen floor plan is terrible. The bathrooms are original. But hey, the windows are dual pane, baby. Anyway, so here's the scoop. I bought this place and there were multiple offers from people competing against this deal and I won. Anyway, so here's how the pricing worked. There were a bunch of offers on this deal and there were 3 cash offers at the top and my financed offer. Now, I don't have all of the details, but all I know is they picked my offer with me getting a loan over the other cash people, even though all of our prices were pretty similar. Now, I have 20 days left to close this deal, and I know you might not believe me, but let's just say there is a same-sized property that just recently sold in this neighborhood on the same street for $815,000. And my expectation is this place should be worth $825,000 by the time I'm done with it. Now, I know that might sound mind-blowing, and I know I've been a little bit negative about some things in the deal, but here's the scoop, folks. I always insulate myself with a fat wedge. If it ain't got a fat wedge, I ain't buying it. And neither should you, which is exactly why you should join me in the courses below so you can learn the perspective to not only make money, but to deal with problems when they come up. Because guess what the easiest way to deal with problems is? Having extra money on the bone, or fat on the bone, or extra money in the deal, or extra money in general. We'll see you around, folks. Thanks so much for being here.